So I had some leftover long strips of fabric from my earlier projects. Now I have joined these fabric pieces together. These were measuring 3 inches in width and of different lengths. So I have joined them together in a calculated way, which has now become a fabric of 14 inches by 9.5 inches. So this is 9.5 inches by 14 inches now. So I have two of these measuring the same, which I have interfaced using an interfacing, and I have got two similar sized pieces for the lining as well. So I'm going to convert it into a lovely tote bag with a zipper. So for that I also need a zipper. This measures 9 inches in length. I'm going to add cloth tabs on the two sides of the zipper, and I am also going to add a handle to my zipper tote. So I have taken a long piece of fabric for the handle. For putting the zipper tabs on the zipper, I'm going to take the zipper and I'm going to take 4 fabric pieces which measure 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and I'm going to put them on either side of the zipper. So it's going to be that the zipper is sandwiched between the two little tabs of fabric, and I'm going to give a stitch over it. I'm going to do it at both the ends, and then after giving a stitch I'm just going to flip it over and give a top stitch. So this is going to work as an extension of my zipper as well as a closure for it, so that the zipper pull doesn't move out. So this is how it looks after attaching the zipper tabs on both the sides. So for the handle I have taken a long strip of fabric which measures 25 inches by 3 inches. I'm going to make it as one first, and then I'm going to cut it into two to make two handles out of it. So for making the handle, I'll fold it into half first, make a center crease with my fingers, and then open the fold, bring the two edges together in the center, fold it over again in the center, and give a stitch on the open side as well as the closed side. So after giving a stitch on both the sides, this is how the long handle looks. Now I'm going to simply cut it into two to make two handles. I'll fold it into half and just cut it into two. So both my handles are ready in one go. To make this bag very quickly, I'm going to attach the lining, the handle and the zipper to the main fabric in one go. So for that, first of all, I'll decide where exactly I want my handles to be. For that, I'm going to fold my main fabric into half first, mark its center point using a pin or a marker, whatever is more convenient to you. Open this fold and then decide where exactly the handles should be placed. So I'll take a scale and I'll decide where it wants to be. I think I'll place it at 2.5 inches from the center. So I'll take one of the handles, I'll just place it where I want to place. So this will be at 0 inches and the other side would be at the 5 inches point, and I'm going to just pin it up. And the other side also, without twisting it, I'll pin it up on the 5-inch mark as well. So it's going to be here. On top of it, I'm going to place my zipper. Now this zipper is along with the zipper tabs and the zipper pull is inside it. So I'm going to place it right side facing down. To make sure that the tabs go equally on both the sides, I'm just going to place it after marking the center. So I'm going to fold it into half. Again, mark the center using a pin and then make the two pins together the center pin of the fabric and the center pin of the zipper. So I'm going to place it the wrong side facing the right side of the fabric, and I'm going to pin it along the main fabric. Next, I'm going to take my lining fabric and place the right side facing the right side of the main fabric. Since mine is a plain fabric, it doesn't really matter which side goes in and out. But if you have a printed fabric, just place it with the right side facing down. So basically, the right side of the fabric has the handles attached to it, then the zipper right side facing down, and then the lining fabric again right side facing down. And I'm going to give a stitch along the edge of the zipper. So after giving a stitch, I'm going to turn it over to the right side and see how it is. Okay, so my handles have got attached and so is the zipper. I'll remove the pins and I'll give a top stitch over this so that it settles down nice and neatly. And while giving a top stitch, I'll turn over the handle to the other side of the stitch. So see how beautifully the handles and the zipper have got attached to one side of the bag. Now we are going to do the similar thing on the other side of the bag. For that, I'll take the other piece of the outer fabric and I'll take the first piece as a reference for marking the points where we want to have the handles attached. So I'm going to place it like so, and then according to this we are going to mark the points for our handles. So I'm just going to pin it and making sure that the handle doesn't twist on the way, I'm going to pin the other side also. So to be doubly sure, I'm just going to measure it once. Yes, it's exactly 5 inches. So 2.5 inches in the center and 2.5 inches on either of the sides. So now the handles have got attached now. I'm going to place my other side of the bag along with the zipper on top of this. And just pin it followed by the other piece of the lining fabric. So this is how it is going to be. Again, a sandwich of the zipper between the two outer pieces. So after this stitch now, I'm just going to turn it over to the right side and just give a top stitch on this side as well. So after giving a top stitch on both these sides, this is what it is now. I'll just run through the zipper once or twice to make sure that nothing is getting stuck in between while running it. Looks good. Now we are just left with boxing the corners. For that, we are going to bring the right sides together and the wrong sides together. So two right sides are facing each other and so are the wrong sides. And now I'm going to cut squares for the squared bottom. And for this bag, I'm going to cut a square of 1.25 inch at the bottom. Now I'm going to give a stitch on all the 4 open sides. So starting from here till here and the bottom edges of the inner as well as the outer side. We are just left with boxing the corners. For that, I'm going to pick the fabric in such a way so that I match the seams together like this and then give a sleeping stitch over this. So I'm going to do it for all the 4 corners, and then my boxes would be ready and so would be the bag. So now after boxing the 4 corners, I'm simply left with turning the bag over to the right side. So let's do that. Just poke the corners nice and neatly, and the bag is ready. Just that the opening that we are left for turning has to be closed. I can either hand stitch it or give a stitch using the sewing machine, and my bag is ready. Lovely corners. Beautifully attached zipper and the handles. It's done.